Okay, so I've got 4 days off work, so I'm going to be doing lots of art projects over the next 4 days. And the first thing I'm going to be doing is making some masks. So I've got a couple of materials that I can use to make these masks. Unfortunately, I thought I had a bigger bag of my paper mache pulp, which is one of the things I'm going to be using. I really thought I had a full bag of this left, and when I rummaged into my stash I realised actually I've got less than half a bag. So that's changed what my ideas now. So this mask that I made a while back, just to put that into context, this mask probably used up about 3/4 of a kilogram bag of paper mache pulp. This is rather a large mask, so I'm not going to get anything of this size out of what I've got left in the paper mache pulp. And this mask also took 4 to 5 days to dry. Because I've only got a small amount left, it means I'm going to have to make small masks. So what I've also dug out of my craft stash, arts and crafts stuff, is this wire mesh. And I've only got 1 sheet of this left. I used to have about 6 sheets, but I've only got 1 sheet of this left. And this is sculpting mesh. So it's really flexible and it bends and it stretches. And you can shape different forms with it. You can just do it freehand, or you can use something you've already got to shape around. So what I'm thinking what I might do is use this final sheet of wire form that I've got and use these 2 little ornaments I've got. So what I might do, because these are going to be masks, is all I need to do is shape around the front section there and shape around probably, you know, across the ears there. So they're nice and small. So I will be hopefully using the wire form to get as much of that shape as possible. But the other masks that I'm going to make, I want to make some sugar skull masks to go on my mask wall. And for those, I want to make 2. And for those I'm going to use this Plaster of Paris stuff, or just little strands of cotton with the Plaster of Paris embedded in it, and you dip it in water. And this dries one hell of a lot quicker than this dries. This will dry quite quickly, and I'm hoping that I'll actually be able to decorate the sugar skull mask that I'm going to make this weekend. So to make the sugar skull mask, what I've got as a mould are these plastic masks, which you can get from craft stores, art shops, whatever. They come in different shapes, they come in different sizes. You can get animal ones. These ones, as you can see, they don't have a full head, but I used these to make this mask years ago. I actually used that as a mould to make this mask. And in order to make this giant forehead that I made for this guy, and what I'm going to do to make a normal sized top of the head, is just blow up a balloon. And you can blow up a balloon to different sizes, and depending on the size that you want will change the shape of the mask. So it will either stretch the mask out. Obviously you can't make the mask longer in terms of the size of the face, but as with this mask I made a very large very large head, because he was a Halloween mask, so he didn't, you know, he could be distorted. But in these ones I want them to be sugar skull masks, so they're all going to be nice and smooth. So I will be making 2 of these, and I'll just get these to the same size, tape these up, and then we'll be ready to go. Now, because I'm putting a balloon on them, and also because these masks are very flexible plastic as well, I'd also recommend, if you're not using a balloon, to still stabilise them somehow. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some crumpled up paper in the bottom of a Tupperware tub, and then I'm going to be placing my mask mould on top of that, tape it all together, and then I can go ahead and apply my Plaster of Paris tape. So what I've done, made the little balloon, sellotaped the mask to the balloon, then I just put some paper into the Tupperware, nestled that in, and then sellotaped the balloon and the mask. I then cut this little cardboard thing, because I'm thinking of trying to do this a bit of flowery headdress. I don't know if this is going to work. I haven't used particularly strong card, and maybe that's a big mistake. I'm not worried about this bit because the headdress is only going to be up there. And so I've got both of my masks now ready. What I've also done is cut some strips ready, and I've got some slimmer ones ready here. And I've got my water. Okay, so I've cut my wire mesh down into small pieces because I should only need small pieces, and you just do that with normal scissors. It just cuts really well. So I'm hoping, I've only got one sheet left, so I'm hoping this is the right size. If it isn't, then tough. We'll just have to do something else. It's a bit vicious, this stuff. These edges are really sharp, so once I've managed to get the shape that I want, I'll be using some masking tape to just tape up the edges before I go and model with it. But in the meantime, I'm probably going to hurt my hands a little bit, but hey ho, that's just the way it goes. I'm going to make this mask so it comes to about here, so it will protrude off the wall by about that much. So, and I'm gonna also want a chinny bit out there, some under the chin there. So I'm just gonna make a bit of tape that underneath first, just to stabilise it there. And then hurt my hands. Okay. So let's see now. I just need to start to push this around the mask. I've also got some tools to help me push things around, and also to make some clips to get rid of the excess, so I can get a nice shape going on. This is going to take me a while, so I'm going to just film this and speed this video up. Okay, so I've completed the math. The other video ran out, and my battery's charging now, so it was a bit of a struggle to get it back out, but we did it, and the masking tape wasn't holding it, so I've used this type of tape which has got sort of strands of cotton through it, and it's holding it together quite well. You only need the basic shape, don't need it to be in full detail, so I've got the nice basic shape, and I'll be able to start modelling that up. What I might do first is layer some of this onto it first, let that dry, and then start modelling it more with the paper mache pulp, because that's the basic modelled mask, and hopefully you can see that you know, I've got the eye sockets in, and the cheekbones, and the shape of beginning shape of the dragon head that's sitting on top of the mask. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. It was a bit fiddly, quite awkward, but we got there. Okay, so I've managed to model this little cat, also with the wire form. I think that's come out really well. I didn't video doing this one because you saw me do the skull. This was actually easier to do. It was a bit fiddly to get back out, but it was much easier to do than the skull. But we've got a really nice cat shape going on there, and I think this is going to look quite sweet. Again, all of these are going to be masks, so I think once I've modelled them up and they're going to be hanging on my mask wall, I think they're going to look really cool. And there's the skull. So I think these are really going to work really nicely. Really pleased. So I decided that the cat was so cute that I would make two. So I've modelled up two of the little cat heads. Both of them are going to be slightly different once they're modelled, but they'll be pretty much similar. And I think this is going to really look really cute with two of these on the wall. This is going to look really great. So there's my two little cats. Okay, so I'm trying to work out how much of this paper mache pulp I've got left. I've only got these tiny bags as well, so I'm actually just mixing it in these little bags. These two I got a little bit wrong in terms of the consistency for the ratio of water to powder. So there's 1 cup in here and 1 cup in here, and a cup of water is way too much water, a cup to a cup, and I've lost the instructions actually, so I can't remember how much the water ratio was. So I'm having to just guess. So whereas I kind of thought I remembered correctly, I hadn't. So with these two, I'm going to be a little bit more sparing with the water. So I've got 1/3 of a cup for water measure here. This is a cup of powder. So I'm just going to put less than 1/3 of a cup into here. I also put a teaspoon of salt into here. Squeeze some air out of the bag, start to mix it up. And then if I need more water, I'll add more water, whereas I added way too much water to these and had to add more powder. However, they are seeming to be much better now and okay. So less than a cup of 1/3 of a cup is incorrect. So I'm just going to guess this now. When you get this product though, it does have an instruction leaflet with it and tells you the correct ratio of water to powder, but I've misplaced it, so I am guessing now. But what you're looking for, it's quite easy to discover what you're looking for. What you're looking for is a pastry-like consistency, because in actual fact, you want to roll this out a little. You want to roll this out a little bit to do the first layer on your model before you start building it up with shape and form on your model. And what you want to do with these little bags, this is a good way to do it because although it's more convenient in a bigger bag, you can get all the lumps out quite easily. I mean, there will still be lumps because it's paper pulp, and some of it's not just pure powder, so it's pulped paper. But you want to get rid of the main lumps. You want to get the liquid to be able to absorb into the powder. So, and once you've mixed it up, you want to leave it open. You want to open the bag and leave it for about an hour for all the water to absorb into the powder properly. So that's still a bit wet. But in all truth and honesty, I'm not bothered about this being slightly wetter than when I've made other masks because my masks are so small. I'm not going to be that bothered. It will take longer to dry out. Leave that one there. And then this one I'm going to try less water in it. So I put, whereas this one I'm going to put a third in to start with. Like I say, I'm completely guessing now. But I'm going to continue doing this and until I've got all of my paper pulp mixed up, and then we'll get model making.